Hello YouTube and welcome back to old Flads. This is Ghost Recon Phantoms. And I'm going to be totally honest, I'm not really sure why they changed the name to Ghost Recon Phantoms. Those of you who've been watching my channel, and you really would have had to have been watching it for a long time, would know that this game is in fact Ghost Recon Online. That's been brought out. It's now it's always been free to play. I should probably point that out from the get-go, and you can get this on Steam right now. We played it, however, 2 years ago in closed beta, and we had just a blast on it. It's an incredibly brilliant game. Third-person shooters, of which Ubisoft are pretty keen on, and they are loving the third-person shooter route as opposed to the sort of original first-person route, is something that we, as a group, like Back to Graw, myself and Goblin G especially, we actually really enjoy this because it has a real element of teamwork and it's actually a much slower pace. But I use slower in a loose sort of term because it's a completely different set of sort of mechanics with regards to your tactics when you're playing in a third-person game, especially with this snap to cover system, where you can pop in and out of cover very quickly. It's not so much about the rush as it is about being patient and picking your moments. And in first-person games you can tend to run around a little bit more than is generally, not acceptable is the wrong word, but generally advised, I would have said, within this game. Games like Blacklight, for example, you know exactly what I mean, where everything happens so fast. In this game it's more about a measured approach and teamwork, which is really important. Now, what you were looking at now is something that I thought was quite important to show you, is the user interface, and this is what you'll see as you come into any game. It's a lot more polished than it was in the closed beta, as you'd expect. They've added a few dumb things as well. Some of these low-res images for the character models and stuff are a bit stupid, but I mean the shop works nicely now. The loadout thing works nicely as well. There's a big draw towards teamwork and clan matches, as you can see here. That was quite nicely timed. And also the matchmaking is a lot better than it was before. You've also got a whole new host of maps, and there's another game mode. Whereas before there was Conquest and Onslaught, there's now Holdout as well, which is done on really small maps, which is only 1 point, and you have to go in, cap the point, and it depends how many people are actually on the point, depends how fast you cap it and whether you can recap it. And that's a very to and fro game mode, a lot faster paced, but at the same time it still retains the team element. If you don't play as a team, you can't win that because you need people on the points playing the objective. And I think this is one of this game's most brilliant attributes, is the fact that it is very, very team orientated. And whilst there are people that can blitz through and just hammer on their own, it doesn't work quite so well in this game if you want to win overall, as a clan we played yesterday found out. Nonetheless, there is a downside to this, and there is an element of pay to win within this game. It's not overly dramatic, but it's definitely noticeable. There are some guns that would take you literally a month of solid playing and not spending RP in order to buy, and they're incredibly powerful at the same time, whereas you can buy them with actual money, which I don't particularly like. It's difficult to call a gun completely OP within shooter games, in my opinion. I mean, guns can be overpowered, but that doesn't necessarily make them game breaking, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've given you a montage, but what I'd really prefer to do is give you full-length games where G and I are using teamwork to win. I think I'd enjoy that more, and I think you would as well, and it would do this game a bit more justice. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, and let me know if you're going to be online, because I'd love to play with you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Ghost Recon Phantoms. I've been old Flads. Cheers and goodbye.